Alright, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to make this paper airplane. This is the F16 paper airplane, and yes, this one does fly. It's got a few tricky folds in it, but it's not too bad. So here's how we do it. This is going to be the slow tutorial, so I'm going to take my time and show you every step of the way so that it should be easy to follow. Alright, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the paper, and this is regular US printer paper, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold this in half lengthwise. So I'm going to line up these corners down here, that one and that one, then I'm going to crease that down. I want to make sure I get a good crease in here. And once we have that, we're going to open this up, just like so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top edge and I'm going to fold it along this side here. So I'm going to fold this down, make sure the edges are aligned. This corner comes right to the tip here. And once I have that, I will crease this down. This is one I want a pretty good crease, so I'm going to use my fingernail. I'm just going to make sure I get a good crease in there. Alright, once we have this, we're going to go ahead and open this up. Then we're going to do the same thing in the other direction. So I'm going to take this top half and I'm going to fold it along this side. So it's the opposite side this time. So we're going to fold this down. We're going to be looking to make sure we get a good corner there. We're right on the edge. Then we will crease this down. Again, I'm going to use my fingernail, make sure that's a good crease. Just like so. Okay, at this point we're going to open it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do this squash fold. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these sides here, we're going to fold them inward and down. Okay, we're going to take the top half and then we're going to fold this down. And before you crease it, what I like to do is I like to line up the corners down here and up over here, and then the top. So I'm going to kind of work the top till that comes down. Make sure my corners lined up. Once I'm happy about that, then I'll go ahead and crease that down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to take this flap, and just to help out in future for some of the other folds, we're going to fold this over, just kind of reinforce this crease this way. Then we're going to take them both, flip them over, we're going to do the same thing here. Again, this isn't a new crease, this is just going to help us keep things lined up later. Like so. Okay, and once you have that, we're going to make sure they're all the way over to one side. I'm going to take this upper flap, I'm going to fold this edge right along the center. So I'm going to fold this down all the way to that tip. Then I will crease that down. Use my fingernail, I'm going to get a good crease in there. Then we're going to fold that back, and then we're going to fold the other flap over. We're going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold this line, or this edge, against this center fold. And I will crease that down. Use my fingernails. Now at this point what we're going to do is I'm going to take this edge and I'm going to fold it right along the center, right along where this one is. All the way down. Like so. We will fold that back. Crease that. Once we do that, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up this flap. Then we're going to fold this edge along this edge we just created. So it's going to go right on this outer edge. and then crease that down. Again, I will use my fingernails, get a good crease. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and finish this side first, and then we're going to go do the other side of the plane. But you see this crease right here where the paper's kind of separated? What we're going to do is we're going to take this top part of the flap, and then we're going to fold this edge along with this crease here. Right there. We're going to give this a really good crease here, because what we're going to do here is we're going to do a reverse fold. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to lift up this flap here, then this one, then we're going to push this lower flap all the way in, make sure it creases right on that crease we just made. We're going to take this upper part, you'll see there's a crease in here, we want to keep that down. We're going to fold this over, and then this down right on top of that, and then that should be able to fold that crease down just like so. Okay, now we're going to take these two flaps here, we're going to put them all the way over. We're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to take this edge here, I'm going to fold it right against the center. And I will crease that down using my fingernail to get a good crease. Okay, then I'm going to lift this flap here, and I'm going to fold this edge along this new edge we just made. Okay, and then we will crease that down. Okay, now this right here where the paper comes up, we're going to make this fold again. We're going to lift this bottom end here. We're going to fold it right along this edge here. I'm going to fold that down. We're going to give that a really good crease, because here we're going to do the reverse fold again. Alright, so we're going to lift this flap up. Then we're going to lift this flap. We're going to lay this down right along this crease we made. We're going to lift this one here. We're going to crease along this crease. We're going to reverse this crease here. And we're going to lay this down, and that should be easy to crease. Okay? So this is where our plane's at now. If we open up the center, it should look like this. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this wing over, and then right about here, somewhere, this is to taste, so it doesn't really matter too much where you pick. I'm going to pick right about here, and then I'm going to come just a little bit down here, probably about 1/4 inch, maybe a little more than 1/4 inch. And I'm going to fold this wing out like this. And like I said, this is not real critical. Just go ahead and get a good crease. And here's the reason why. We're going to fold this over. We're going to fold this flap over. We're going to do the same thing, but what we're going to do is we're going to match it up. So I'm going to take this point here, and I'm going to line it up with this point. I'm going to put my finger on that when I'm happy with that, and I'm going to crease it down. That way, both of them are the same. See how that works? Okay. Now we're going to open this up. Alright, so let's go ahead and reinforce all our creases in here. What we're going to do is, I'm just going to reinforce it, so I'm going to fold this in half. I just think this might make it a little easier for you. So we're going to fold it in half, and then we're going to fold it in the other direction. So I'm going to flip it over, I'm going to fold it upward. Try to keep it all aligned. Fold right on this crease. We're going to open this up, and then we're going to orient the plane so it looks like this. I want this flap up, solid paper side down. Now right about here, again, this is going to be to taste. So I go about halfway. I'm going to kind of fold the paper down. This is going to be the nose. This is where we're going to make the bull nose at the end. Then I'm going to put my finger in the center. underneath, I'm going to have my fingers here. While I hold this down, I'm going to fold this up. Now, I would watch this part before you do it. So I'm going to fold this up. The nose is going to go down. We're not going to crimp this side. In fact, we're not even going to crimp the top. What we're going to do is I'm going to take this edge here and I'm going to fold it along this bottom edge. Just like so. I'm going to do the same to this side. Now you notice I haven't crimped anything down. Just lining it up for now. Once I have that lined up, so all the bodies, the three of them, the two wings and the center, line up, then I'm going to slowly squash fold this down. And then it straightens out the nose. Okay? So this is where we are. At this point, what we're going to do is I'm going to lay this on the table. Now, you got to find the center. So when you find the center, we're going to hold that down. We're going to take this whole upper wing. So that's the wing, and there's 1, 2 flaps. What we're going to do is right about in the middle, we're going to pinch this and fold it upward. We're going to line up this part of the body here, this line here, with the top of the plane. We're going to do it slowly because we've got to come up the nose and we've got to drift it off in here. So I'll show you what I mean. So I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to line up the back side first. I'm going to go ahead and crimp that down. And then I will fold it there. You see how it kind of comes to an end? Let me do that. Now I'm going to hold this, flip the plane over, and I'm going to do the same on this side. So I'm going to leave the center part, find the center, I'm going to leave that down, take the wing, first flap, second flap, pinched in, and I'm going to line this up with the top of the plane. Like so. All the way back, and we'll crimp that down. And here I'm going to kind of guide it just like I did on the first one. And I'm going to end there. Okay, so if we unfold this, you can see we're almost done. Almost done. We can kind of shape the nose. You can come back and shape that again later too. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take this center part here and we're going to fold this up. We're going to fold this up, like to pull it to about there. If you want it a little higher, you can pull it higher. But you want the back end just to have a little bit left. You see that? And we will just pinch that off, just like so. Okay, and at that point, that is it. It's now just a matter of reshaping it. And there is your F16. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please click on like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.